welcome to Peace on the Streets radio show. We're back in effect, guys. Yay! Full house in the building. We got Kiana in the building, our intern from Full Sail. How's Full Sail going, Kiana? We understand.
Kiana's like,
It's a lot of work, huh?
How many months you got left?
Yeah, that's right.
4.
4
months, and you're done?
Ooh.
Yo, if you guys don't know about Full Sail is an intense school.
Absolutely.
And whenever you start getting to the last couple months, you have to do your final projects. And I have never, in all my life, been as busy as I have been doing finals with Full Sail.
Wow. Really?
It is out of control. I feel you.
It's because they jammed in what, like 2 years and 1 year?
4 years into 2.
4 years into 2.
Yeah.
Mighty God.
Yeah.
My mighty God.
They cram hard. So like, especially whenever you're going towards the end, they give you like real world, top quality studio type of environments where you have to go in and do.
That's why they cost so
I
much.
just finished working the rework of Stranger Things. So.
Like,
Wow. But it's so interesting.
What you have to do?
I had to redesign all the sound, the Foley, the voices. I had to redesign everything from the Foley to the special effects to the backgrounds, the audio.
That's insane, dude. That's a lot of work.
That's impressive.
Like, people don't realize how hard it is to make audio for movies and stuff, but nothing you hear is there whenever they're actually shooting. Everything you hear is like layers being built on top of each other. Like, it'll be just a voice in one layer, and then the second layer is like ambiance where it's like wind blowing, and then like there's like the steps that are being added separately. And all this is like some random person in like a studio just like making noises, like crushing glass.
What?
And,
That's amazing.
Stomping on stuff.
And you have to put that together?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they'll make you do crazy stuff like a whole movie. That's like a team for
What?
You have
Oh
like
my
12 people
gosh.
working on this project normally, and it's like, oh, you can do it by yourself. Here, you have a couple months. It is pretty brutal. So you're almost there. Congrats, Kiana.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Awesome.
And of course, we got our favorite financial planner.
Hey.
Reshell Smith for Wild
Wealthy Wednesday.
Come on.
Let's
Reshell,
go.
do we got a question here?
Yo, so everybody
up?
keeps
What's
talking
up?
about recession.
Oh man.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Whether we're in a recession or not, I want you to do a few things. I got about 4 or 5 things that you should do, whether we are in a recession or not. And of course, we're going to talk about things that
Keep you broke.
all coming up.
It's horrible.
There's so many. There's
All the
so many
holidays.
things.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
going to
my
hurt your
God.
feelings tonight.
Oh,
as
right.
always.
I'm ready for
As
that.
always.
Wild Wealthy Wednesdays with Reshell Smith in the building.
Oh,
Don't want to miss this. Drina in the building taking over Prince right now. Don't worry, Prince
Lady
is okay.
Trina on the drive.
He's
This is
just-
X tonight. It's not the drive,
It's
right?
not
She
the
just
drive. Please,
We love
it's not
you,
the
Drina
drive.
Dream.
Lady Drina, she's a veteran in the game with WOKB for years. We're substituting for Prince right now. He's okay. He's just working hard on his 3rd or 4th job.
Word.
Yeah,
We miss
he
you,
got like
Prince.
84
Word.
jobs. Yeah.
He does.
Gotta
Yeah,
keep
he
them
does.
grandkids happy.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. That baby's
Yeah.
so cute.
Oh, they are adorable.
Right.
We'll be right back. Peace on the streets. Ah,
Peace.
come on. Good music has come.
Oh my gosh, love song.
Man, Tyree's still acting? Did he get kicked out of Hollywood yet?
No, he's not
He's still
kicked
out
out, but he's doing
He
his
can
thing
still out
still.
there.
You know, The Rock got a new movie. You guys seen that? Just have to say that real
Yes,
quick.
I love The Rock.
It's-
He needs
it's-
to run for president. I'll vote for him.
You know what? And they will vote for him. If
Yeah,
Arnold
I
Schwarzenegger
would.
made it, if Trump made it, I'm talking about
Do
the
we
governor
want
to the president.
more celebrities in the White House? Did we not have enough?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, that was a great
Thanks,
question.
Reshell.
That's a great
I-
question.
Listen, I just want The Rock.
You know what?
You want other things about The Rock.
Like president. You want The Rock
Like a snack.
I just want The Rock.
like a meal.
You know what's crazy though? Tonight, guys, after 10 o'clock, we're gonna have a Democratic Party member sign on, and her name is Dr. Banye. We have to ask her these questions and see what she says.
Do you want The
Very
Rock
curious.
as president?
Would
Do
you
we
like
want
Hollywood
another
as president?
celebrity?
Right.
I mean, if you got Trump as a president, anything is possible. All right, we have Landon in the building right now, guys. She's the new Miss Teen International World. Landon!
Congratulations, Landon. Very beautiful.
Hi, Landon. How are you?
Say it one more time.
Can she hear me? How are you doing, Landon?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We are alive, my friends. We are here, and it's such a blessing to have you guys on air with us. I know you're 14 or 15, if I'm not mistaken, right?
14.
14. Congratulations for 14-year-old Landon. Come on. Amazing, Landon. Tell everybody,
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell everyone that's listening to you right now what it took for you to be there. And this is not your first round. This was your second round, correct?
Right. Well, the first time I was only 13 years old, and it was just me and my dad because my mom got COVID beforehand, and we were supposed to be coaching and stuff like that because my mom has been doing pageants for a very long time, and she got COVID, so she couldn't do that. So I was just there, and it was scary. It was really, really scary. So I did that, and it was just such a great experience. I had to come back again. And so I came back, and I was completely different. I put in the work throughout that whole year to really grow, and, I mean, obviously it showed. So
Yeah, obviously.
It truly did. And I got to say, guys, have you ever been to a pageantry where the daughter and mother won? Because this is what happened just now. It was Landon and Hunter.
won?
Yes.
That is so awesome.
Yes. So-
Oh, congratulations.
And Hunter.
I'm here.
This Hunter in the building.
Hi.
So Hunter is Miss International World. She just received her title, like literally the pageantry we just came from the cruise.
Yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
these are the ladies that won, and young lady that won as well. There's more, and we have them aired last week. So we have Landon today because it's early. It's a late night show, and she's a minor, so we want to make sure she's able to get her shine, during the first hour. So thank you, Reshell, for that. We
Absolutely.
appreciate that. And Landon, I have to say, young lady, you were very impressive. You really, really were so structured, like a little grown lady, if that makes sense. And so you're so well trained, and congratulations to you and your family, because it takes a family to make this happen.
Right.
And to all the young people, you're welcome. Landon has her own business.
Oh.
And Landon, tell everybody what you created.
So I created a soap that changes color after 30 seconds to indicate that you washed your hands for the correct amount of time. It's called Color Me Clean, and I created it about, I guess, a year and a half ago, but right now we're in the patent stage. It's patent pending right now, and we're just trying to find our distributors and manufacturers and stuff like that right now.
Well,
We got to get you on Shark Tank.
A lot of work.
Got to get on Shark Tank.
Exactly. And Landon, you have airwaves here for you. So please, young lady, if you want to expose this even further, we're here for you. We got your back. It's very impressive to have young people create new things and
Yeah. So
have
wait,
ownership.
It changes colors when your hands are clean.
Yes. Basically, so it changes color. It has just like a time release thing, and it basically turns colors after, I think it's 20 seconds. And it's just per CDC because, I mean, they've said 20 seconds is the right amount of time and stuff like that. So it just shows that you wash it for the amount of time because, I mean, a lot of people don't.
I mean, no offense to the guys, Neil, but this is good.
Yeah, you know what?
I got clean
We know
hands.
you guys washed your hands.
Adults need this, Michelle.
Yeah,
It's
you can
good
sing.
stuff.
I think they used to say sing the birthday song or something like
That's
that.
right.
But
That's
I
right.
think this
Yeah.
is awesome.
And
That
this
is
going to be
cool.
for
That's a good
adults
idea.
and children. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
it's adults.
Yeah, so again,
Everybody
more
needs
than
it.
children, adults.
amazing. So, Landon, real quick, can you give out your information on how they can find your work? Because now during this year, she has to represent for the teens. So
Yes.
she has a full year of work to do with Miss International World. And she's been on billboards in New York City for
my
Fashion
gosh.
Week, guys. So she's already started before she even
Awesome.
won.
Nice.
Impressive. So, Landon, give out your social media or anything that you're allowed to give out for our audience.
Well, my Instagram handle is Landon Exarchos. It's LandynExarchos. So that's my Instagram, and that's pretty much my main way of reaching me. So
That's right, guys. And don't worry, her page is being monitored. There's adults that's monitoring her page, so don't worry about that.
Yes. And Mom is on the line. Okay, Mom, we need to get your information as well.
Miss Hunter, oh!
I am. It's Hunter Ray, Raye.
And Hunter Ray, guys, she's been in pageantry for years. Let me say years. So please give a little background of yourself.
Pageant-wise? or life-wise?
I'm saying, you know what? Great question. I'm gonna say overall, that's everything. Real brief. If I know it's a lot, it's very impressive, guys.
Well, we're talking about a pageant, so give us, because I know it took a lot for both of you to win. So that would be interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Like, how did you prepare, both of you?
Well, it was interesting because I went in kicking and screaming. Because it's been many years. I'm going back. I'm going to age myself. I was Miss Virginia USA, and a finalist at Miss USA was kind of my first entree into the pageant world. So that was a pretty big experience. Then I took a 10-year break and ended up winning Mrs. Florida.
Wow.
Went on to win Mrs. North America, Mrs. Galaxy.
Wow.
Wasn't done.
What?
Went back a year later, won Mrs. Florida, Mrs. USA, and I was first runner-up in Mrs. Universe.
Wow.
And then I took a break again. Had Landon, wouldn't let Landon do pageants, and so last year she found out about Teen International World, and again, I was not completely supportive because I thought she needed to be a little bit older. But she just had such an amazing experience with the Teen International World system that she kind of convinced me to do it.
Wow.
I saw how empowering it was for her. And not all pageant systems are like that. I hate to say that, but they're not. So as a mom, I wanted to protect her. So really, I did it more to go behind the scenes and be able to help her get ready. So I was really surprised that I won. But I think part of it was there was no pressure for me.
Come on.
Because as a mom, you're there to support your kids always.
And it's insane. And literally, she prepared her in behind the scenes the whole entire time. So to prepare your child and yourself is extremely difficult. You know, while you're on the field. She also has a background of journalism, as you can tell. Hunter Ray speaks so well. You know, so her background is so impressive, and her demo was amazing. So the work and support that they offer other people, young ladies and women, is impressive. Hunter Ray. So your resume is so long, my friend, and I understand why you're such a veteran in the game. Because she swept it. It was like nothing for her when you watch you. So Hunter Ray, give us again like a little bit of what vision do you guys have in mind for this next year of representing the title?
Well, that's what's exciting to me, and that's what pageants really do. So my first, and I've got to say this because it's just, to me, it shows what pageantry is about. My first introduction to the power of the crown was back when I was Miss Virginia USA. And that's what excites me about Landon kind of getting involved, especially with this system. But I ended up meeting a little girl that had alopecia. And if you're not familiar with what alopecia is, it's an autoimmune deficiency disease where basically she had no hair. And I was on an appearance and I didn't know about it. I had never heard about it. And she was wearing this little baseball cap. And so I was like, I kind of look at the crown as a tool. I'm sure you do too, Mimi. It's like the kids love it. So I was like, do you want to wear my crown and I'll wear your cap? And I mean, I was young. I was in early 20s, and she took off into the grocery store crying. And I was like, oh gosh, what did I do? And so I went in there and found out, you know, what she had suffered from. And so I became really, really good friends with this little girl. And back then, you know, I'm sure you see it now too, but there was a lot of discrimination because she didn't have any hair. And I remember her calling me and telling me that she wanted to try out for cheerleading, but that her principal had said that cheerleaders have no hair. Now, I was a first-year law student at the time. I know. And so I'm cringing going, this couldn't possibly happen. And so I call the principal because I'm Miss Virginia USA, you know, so like I'm thinking I'm a tough fraud out there. And so I called him and he says the exact same thing. He says, no, cheerleaders have hair. And I was like, oh boy, well, we got to educate you on, you know, the American with Disabilities Act. So I did, and they ended up letting her try out. And at the time, she was in this really small town, and so she didn't have any money, and I sent her a wig. And somebody said to me, they said, you're representing everything that you're telling her is not important, because at Miss USA, I won this, like, Matrix Hair Award. And so I ended up deciding to shave my head.
What?
So back then, I'm in college, and I shaved my head, and they made her a wig out of my hair. And that was when I found out the power that you have to really impact people and change things. To this day, I'm still friends with Amber Mars. So I want to do a shout out to her because she actually does all of our girls' camps. And the reason I kind of tell that story is because one of the things Landon did, probably, God, you were 4 or 5 years old. We have a program that empowers. It started at Shriners Children's Hospital, and it empowers, girls that, and I hate to use the word disabilities. You know Valentina with I Hate Pity, right, Mimi? Because you work with her all the time.
Right.
I met her at that camp too.
Wow.
And so, it's when you realize something, you can't not know what you know. And so Landon at 4 has been exposed to all, I'm going to cry in a minute, has been exposed to all of this. And so girls camp is something that we have taken, well, now we've taken international because we had to go virtual. So it kind of opened up our box with that. But I think that's really what, kind of as a mother-daughter team, because we've been doing it for 10 years, that we're really going to focus on. And that's just, empowering not only, young girls, but, girls our age, because sometimes it can be tough out there.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what we're going to really be focused and committed
I'm
to.
so excited. I know exactly our your young friend that you're speaking about, and she's online and she became friends. She became friends, and she definitely wants you to support the disability, but not support that they need so much help. It's more of understanding and getting their message across, which is a big deal. And we're changing the game, and you're changing lives. So thank you so much, Hunter, for what you do for others. You're very strong, my friend, and the message you leave is very powerful. So it's an honor to be your friend.
Do we want to talk about the recession conversation? Where do you want to start?
And yo, which one?
Recession.
I knew he was going to say.
I knew he was going to say that too.
So I know you guys are hearing the word, and I'm hearing it too. Technically, I said this to you all before. Technically, by definition, we are already in a recession. By definition, right?
Yep.
However, we are still out there having a good old time. And the Fed is trying to calm things down. And the way that they calm things down and they calm the economy down is they raise interest rates. And they have raised interest rates a few times.
They're high right now.
And guess what? Y'all still out there having a good time buying houses, buying cars.
Yeah.
I think it has slowed down a little, but not enough for them to stop. So we're probably going to have another interest rate hike. Obviously, they're the ones that know exactly what they're going to do and when they're going to stop. But so far, they are not going to stop. So people are talking about the different things that contribute to a recession. Maybe there will be some layoffs. Obviously, gas prices are back on the rise again. Interest rates are high. Home prices tend to come down. So you may have a large inventory of houses because interest rates are up and people may not be buying houses. So here's the thing. I don't care if we go into a recession or not when it comes to your money. There are some things I want you to do regardless, okay? So the first thing is I want you to start hoarding money, right? So if you're not saving money right now, I want you to start saving money. And when I say hoarding, putting things in high yield savings account. There are some savings accounts right now that are paying close to 3%, 2.75, 3%, maybe going even higher because interest rates are going up. So there are some safe places for you to put a little cash. The second thing that I want you to do is to find another source of income. Okay? So you may not leave your job, but your job may leave you. And if your job leaves you, you want to have another source of income. We learned this in 2020 when people just started laying people off left and right, and they didn't have an emergency fund. They didn't have a sinking fund. Find another source of income. The third thing I want you to do is to protect your credit. The first thing that goes in the gutter when the economy is struggling, and we are struggling, is credit, right? We build our credit up, and you mess up one or two times because you can't pay your credit card, or you miss a mortgage payment or whatever. How do you protect your credit? Start paying down your debt. Right? So if you can, pay down those credit cards as much as possible, because credit cards, for the most part, do not have a fixed rate, right? So it may be fixed. Like if you go to the store and it's 23.99 if you buy get a retail card, and Neil is about to break his neck looking at that. And some of them other ones are variable. So if interest rates go up, a lot of times what lenders have out there for you to use, that will go up as well. So you want to try to pay that down. How do you not panic and be afraid of a recession? Like, what's going to help you not panic and be afraid?
Saving your money.
That's one of it. What else, Neil?
Not getting fired from your job.
Not getting fired from your job.
Don't
That's
purchase
good.
anything large.
But the best thing that you can do anytime that you're going into the fire, into a danger zone, and you don't panic, is because you are prepared.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? When you're prepared, you don't panic.
True.
Yep.
Right? So if we are prepared, whether we go into a recession or not, we will not panic if it does happen. All right? The other thing is, I want you to assume that it's going to happen. Let's just assume that we're going to have a recession, that we're in a recession. Let's just assume that things aren't going to go well. And guess what? If they don't go well, then we are prepared. If they do go well, then guess what? We're really, really prepared.
Yeah.
Because we're going to assume that it's going to happen anyway. And the last and final tip, this is going to round out 2022. And I know it's going to hurt some people's feelings. I need y'all to trim back for the holidays. Just trim back. Trim back.
Word.
Not food.
Trim back on whatever. It's not
Both.
food. Mimi's like, not food.
Both.
Trim back on
Trim
the
back.
holidays. I don't care. If you're the person that decorates for every holiday, I want you to decorate. I want you to have a great, wonderful time with your family and your friends. But just trim it back a little bit. You know, trim. Not food, I guess Mimi said.
Yeah, we gotta eat.
We're gonna eat. But maybe the decor, maybe when it comes to Christmas, the gifts. Maybe if you typically spend $100 on somebody, maybe spend $75. I just want you to trim back for the holidays. Still have a great time. Still do you, but trim it back a little bit. That way, again, if we go into that recession that they're talking about early next year, we are not so far behind, because always January 1st of the following year, your credit cards are sky high because y'all act like you don't have good sense during the holidays when using your credit card. So we can trim back a little bit of the holidays. The kids will be okay. They won't be disappointed.
Right.
Get them whatever that favorite thing is that they want, and then don't buy all the other extra stuff.
Right. I've trimmed back. I get it. Actually started early. I'm starting to do that
good.
right now.
Good.
Anytime I walk around a CSL, boom,
Boop,
and then
pick it up.
Yep. I get from one person at a time. So I don't stress myself, and I have money, and I could get it on a great deal.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's so far away from Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't wait till the last minute to buy your Christmas
Oh my
stuff.
God.
I've learned that.
Yeah.
If I want to at least get my immediate family, I've also learned not to give my cousins, not to give my cousin.
That's trimming back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you guess what? That should be easier
kills
this
you.
year.
Yeah.
That should be easier
That's why I
this year.
don't do
Like,
it.
listen, you guys, you know, we're all kind of preparing for things,
Things
you know,
ain't
so
looking
you
good,
guys
bro.
should understand
I don't
gas
know.
is high,
I don't know.
inflation is up. You ain't get a gift this year, cuz.
I don't buy gifts.
Yeah, I don't
You're not
either.
getting a gift this year.
I don't
cuz.
buy
either.
gifts at all.
I get caught up in
My
that.
kids are so much older.
Yeah.
They prefer money. I
That's
just
what's up.
give them cash.
I mean,
and
that's the
I'm
same
done.
thing, though.
Yeah.
But you know exactly what you're going to get. It's not a surprise. You know what you're going to get.
I
and
stopped
it's-
like 4 years ago. Like I bought a gift and I don't know
I've
how
had
long.
enough.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, also when that time happens with me,
Had
but
enough.
it's
I love
it's
it.
like the cousins I used to do and the families that came over. Now I tell my mom, nobody comes over. It's just the immediate
They can come
family.
over. I'm just
Yeah.
not giving them
Come over,
presents.
you
Yeah, 'cause it's horrible. Like you bring everybody over and they're staring.
They
Like,
can
it just doesn't
they can
work.
put all their presents inside the tree, and they can open their presents.
Yeah.
We can
Later
open
on.
our presents,
Yeah.
and everybody
Absolutely.
can be
So,
happy.
Christmas is not
Everybody
only
should
about
be
gifts.
understanding.
Yeah.
though.
Right.
Gas is
Right.
high, inflation is up, bacon is $9. I mean, everybody should understand.
Chicken is
Yeah.
high.
Chicken is
Chicken
high.
is
Eggs are
high.
$6 a carton.
It's out of control.
Is that
Right,
something?
$6.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's
And then my
crazy.
last tip has nothing to do with money, but we say it every year. If you have a new dish for Thanksgiving is not the time to introduce that.
I
dish.
know that's right. That's
Do not
good.
introduce any new dishes for Thanksgiving.
That's
What you unless you have worked on it all year.
Word.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Drop the mic.
Cut the mic.
Mic drop. So the moral of the story is, don't cook nothing new in this
Not
show.
this season, okay?
Cut
Not
back
this
on
season.
everything. Just
We'll
cut
be
it
right back
back.
with Reshell Smith with Wild Wealthy
Wealthy
Wednesdays. Come on. Woo! Wild Wealthy Wednesday. Come on,
All
Reshell
right,
Smith.
all right.
We're really literally talking about what could keep us broke.
Yes, we're about to talk about things that
Keep you
Broke.
Okay, the first thing that's keeping us broke, going outside. Going outside, it keeps you broke.
Sometimes.
Everybody's
Pretty
outside,
much.
right?
Pretty much.
If you go outside,
You're spending something.
you're spending something.
Something.
Let's start
I go
with
to the
gas.
park. It's free.
Let's
So,
start at
so are
home.
you telling us to stay home?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Go
But you
to-
gotta pay for gas, and
I
you.
feel like
mean,
it costs
okay, I
me
guess,
$300 to go
I guess.
outside.
Nah.
You look good. You want to look good, right?
Yes.
Mimi?
Of
So
course.
you start off looking good.
You want to be seen.
You
right?
want to be seen. You start off looking
You
good.
want to go out and have a good time, buy something. Like, life is short. Like,
Gas.
you work for what, to die?
Gas,
Like, you work and you just
you
spend.
know,
Go to,
gas,
go to,
out to
go to the
eat.
springs.
Yeah,
go to the
there you go.
beach.
You know,
Go to the
going
parks.
Going outside.
Those things are free.
And one that wasn't on the list, but I hear that we're still looking for it 2 years later is the PlayStation 5.
Yes. Literally, though.
PlayStation 5 is
Literally.
literally keeping you,
You broke.
Because 2 years, I did not know that. For 2 years, people have been looking for the PlayStation 5. So
2
now,
years.
if you want a gaming
crazy.
system, you need to get all the other
The
little
bundle. You
stuff
gotta
that
get
they
a
put in there,
couple-
the
yeah.
bundle. And so by
If
the
you
time
want a
you get the
PS5,
bundle,
$1,000.
it's $1,000.
It's $1,000 for a PS5.
Because they add in all what? Like, all the
Like,
incentives.
they're like, yeah, here's a remote and a couple games and blah blah blah. And $1,000. It's the only way to get it. Like the cheapest I've seen it was like $800 for some special bundle pack. I'm a 31-year-old man. All right, I cannot justify spending this money on the gaming console. There's just no way.
I'm surprised
way.
because I remember 2 years ago we were looking for the PlayStation 5. I didn't know that we were still looking for a PlayStation 5.
We still looking for a PlayStation 5. I posted a funny meme the other day on Facebook. It was like a young dude making out with like a senior lady, and it's like, hey, when God of War is about to come out, and you still don't got the PS5. Gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you
my
gotta slide in
gosh.
that wheel.
Wow.
Like it is bad out here. That won't.
Okay.
And you know what? Just adding because I'm a little heated about this. So let me add a little bit extra
Heated
in there.
about it.
All
He's
right,
real heated. I
I'm
know
real
he's gonna
heated.
touch a
All
nerve
right,
here
this one got me livid because not only is the PS5 impossible to find, but video games are like $70 for the PS5.
Really?
And we're talking about games that aren't even physical anymore. You literally download it from the cloud.
Oh,
There's
no.
no physical cost. There's no shipping. There's no stores. Nothing. It's still $70 for a
That's a
video game.
rip-off.
It's madness.
So, bruh, listen.
Big breath.
I hate that, bro.
Hey, bruh.
Take a
This
deep breath.
is
You say
the
that.
game. You're frustrated, but the game's not for your daughter. It's for you. So you're frustrated for you.
Because I can't even get the game reasonably. You feel me?
You're frustrated for you.
But also the Switch, those games are $60. And for the Nintendo Switch, my daughter does play those. And I get her like the little Mario games. A Mario game that's a little kid's game. The whole game is maybe 12 hours. $60.
Wow.
so obviously,
For a download.
video games
Will
will
keep
keep
you
broke.
broke.
Really?
I finally understand why girls don't like it when boys play video
I
games.
know, I
Right,
understand.
right.
Now I don't want to know how to play video games.
It's not even
Next on the list, and there's two sides to this: renting versus buying. Now, I got some data to back that up because if you live in an apartment right now, anybody that's renting a house or renting an apartment, you are very ticked off in Florida these days, right? Because rent is astronomical versus being able to go be in a home for the same monthly rent or less and building up equity in that home. Now, I say it's two-sided because there are some people who do not want to own a home, which I think that is perfect and that is fine. But if you're someone who wants to own a home, you really truly feel like the high rent that you're paying is keeping you broke and keeping you from getting in the home that you want because right now the home prices are high or your credit is not right,
There's
or
like
you don't
no
have
cap.
things lined up to buy a home, so you are putting $1,800 into an apartment,
Yep.
Yeah.
it's keeping you broke.
There's no cap in rental.
I
Yeah,
think
is.
there's something that we're going to vote on, or they were talking about us
Yes.
voting on, putting a cap on rent.
Right.
Because then isn't there a cap in New York?
Yes.
There is. Yeah,
There's a
there's rent
cap.
control there. And if you've been there for so many years, it never goes up. And it
Right.
goes into your family, too. After you pass it, whoever you write it over to, it can work if it's immediate family.
Okay.
But there's
Well, not
nothing
in
here.
Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
there's
here.
no
Well, I
rent
think we
cap
need
though.
to adopt
Or
that.
California.
We
Yeah,
need
for
that.
real.
Yeah, California. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I haven't read up on that, so I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I thought that somewhere out there in the world there was going to be some sort of legislation that they were going to try to pass to see, about capping rent, because if you're paying $1,200 one day and then next month when it's time for you to renew, they've gone up $300
Like that.
Just like that.
just
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
we're going to go up $300.
It's
like,
like not even like.
And even
you
trying
can't
to
even
buy a
live.
home is brutal right now. My stepdad was like, "Hey, let me go see what I can get approved for."
right.
My stepdad he's been an accountant his whole life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? He got money, like lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Credit score through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the interest that they gave him was?
Oh, I can't imagine. 20?
7%.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's where we're at.
Which is insanely
Wow.
high for
Okay,
a
so
house.
let me just say about
Like-
that, 7%. So historically, the average has been around 8. We were really spoiled over the last few years with the 3%, the 4%, the 2.875. So 7, based on where we were, seems high, but technically it's still below what the average has been over the long term. So we were spoiled. We've been spoiled. When you touch 3% and 4% and 2.875, then you see 7%. It's like, what happened to us?
Yes.
Well, still they are historically low, but definitely not as low as the rates have been over the past
That's
couple of
interesting.
years.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
How far back do we have to go to start hitting higher interest rates?
Higher than 7.
Higher than let's say
so
higher than
in
6.
20, where were we? 20 before COVID.
Yeah.
We were in the 5, 6s before COVID, I do believe, and then we got down to 3.
Yes.
I've gotten some clients who were like 2.75.
That's what I remember in those
so
ranges.
we got really, really, really spoiled. But pre-COVID, I do believe that we were like in the 5, 6%.
Do you think we'll get to that anytime soon?
So, of course, in interest rate hikes, which the Fed is doing,
Going up, right?
that is going to trickle down to rates from lenders. So that will make that 7% go up to maybe
8.
7.5, 8, and continue
9,
going
and
If they
10
raise
and-
interest, though, people won't be able to buy anything or
That's
afford
what
anything.
they're
That's
trying to
what
cool
they're
you
trying to
down.
do.
That's my whole
That's
point.
exactly what they're trying to
They're
do.
trying to cool you down.
Like once people are spending too much money, they raise the
Yes.
interest so that you can't borrow
So you can
any more
cool
money.
it down,
and then
babe.
you're
Cool
like,
it down.
everything
Because
starts
think
going
about
down.
it.
I'm just trying to figure out how that's
use
supporting our
example
economy.
of the PlayStation. It's supply and demand.
Yeah.
It's supply and demand. If everybody was able to buy the PlayStation that they want, PlayStation 5 today, if 1 million people wanted to buy it and they had 1 million available, they could just set the price at $500
Yes, they can,
because
anything.
there's enough supply for
Okay.
everybody. Now, if 1 million people want it and there's only 500,000 out there, then we're all trying to grab it. And so they can charge as much as they want to charge because you got 1 million people that want it, but you only have 500,000 available. So you want what I have. So I'm going to charge you whatever I want to charge you because you want what I have, and there's not enough to go around. So it goes to the highest bidder.
So anybody
Yeah.
can
But I'm
like
just
raise
using
their
that
interest.
as an example, but that's how it
So
works.
any company can raise
Supply
their
and
interest
demand.
whenever they feel like it, as much as they want.
No, not necessarily. It has to be within a range. I mean, if company A is going to give you a mortgage at 8% and company B is going to give it to you at 6%, you're going to go with B.
Yes.
And company A is going to have to get smart and say, wait a minute, I might have to
Lower
go
the
down
unit.
a
So it's
little
about
bit.
hustling
So,
it and-
yeah. So
Yeah.
It's kind of like
there's-
gas gouging. Like
said-
some was up, some was down.
It's
some
kind of like used car
across the street.
used car sales.
Yeah.
They're just trying to stick you with whatever they can that's within the margins. You know?
That's right.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
cars, okay, so I know I'm off topic. I know we got to go to a song, but let's talk about cars.
Ooh.
If you are in the market for a car prices are still high, of course. Interest rate is going up. And what did we just have? What disaster did we just have?
Hurricane Ian.
And what was flooded out?
Mad cars.
Orlando.
Mad cars. So
Mad
guess what
cars.
everybody's going to be looking for?
Mad cars.
It
Mad
was.
cars. So
Yeah.
if I am a car salesman
Ooh.
and I know that people are getting ready to get insurance checks because they are going to buy new cars, do you think that I'm going to want to negotiate a lot
Nope.
on my cars?
Nope. These cars are an extra $1,000 today.
I
Sorry,
might
buddy.
actually mark them up a little bit because in the whole state of Florida, people are probably going to be looking up and down the state of Florida
That's
trying to
crazy.
replace their cars.
So make sure you get a
So
friend
if you need
that's
a
in a car
car
dealership.
rental-
Come on.
You might want to go look for a car.
So you got us depressed a little bit
Yeah,
over here.
yeah, yeah. So we're going to close out tonight, but I know some of you may be job hunting. I don't know. But I want to talk to you, leave you with the list of the top 5 best employers in the world.
Huh.
Okay.
Peace on the streets. Meet me and your
The top
Number 1.
5 best employers in the world. Number 1, Samsung.
Okay.
Interesting.
Number 2, Microsoft.
Huh.
Number 3, IBM.
IBM.
Number
still around.
4, Alphabet. Google, yeah,
Google.
you know
I looked at
Alphabet.
it
And
too.
number 5, Apple.
Okay.
Really?
The
Okay.
top 5 best employers in the world.
Why is this? Why?
Do your research. I don't know. I just want to give you the top 5.
Interesting. So-
I'm guessing like best pay, benefits.
It's probably pay,
you know, stuff like that.
culture.
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
sure.
Alphabet does seem like just a dream to work for. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah.
seen like tours of their campuses in California.
It's got to
No.
be amazing.
I just
like,
been watching the news.
They
a
have
lot.
gourmet food on the
What?
cafeteria.
They have gyms.
They have
You can work in
gyms.
the gym.
Sleep
Like,
pods that like isolate you, play music inside, and
Oh, I
like
can
cut
see-
off
yeah.
all like outside sounds. Like all these
Insane.
amazing things in there. And of course, like everybody that works there, it starts off at like $100,000.
oh,
It's
right.
like
and the culture, I'm sure the culture is amazing.
Is this like
Yeah,
a
it's
tech
out of
company
control.
more? Like
Google.
Yes.
Okay,
Google is
got it.
tech,
yeah.
definitely.
And
Definitely.
Samsung is a South
Tech-
Korean,
tech-
South
yeah.
Korean company. They're
and
like
that's
the
why it
biggest
says
company there.
world.
Yeah,
You know, it's international
they're
as
huge.
well.
Samsung.
Interesting. So, like, feed your people, right? And have them to have like other sedatives
It's
on
the
the field.
benefits. I think
Yeah.
it's the benefits. Obviously, if the pay is good, but if you have a good culture, so I'm sure
Yeah.
some people
Absolutely.
can work on campus versus and remote.
I would kill
the
to,
other
to work
benefits,
for Google.
You would.
Neo is on the Get Fine plan, so he would love the gym.
Yeah.
You know, going to the gym, the cafeteria,
probably
And
have
that good
daycare on
food in
campus.
there.
First class
care,
travel.
everything.
Oh my
They have what?
god.
First class travel.
Yeah.
First class travel. That's
Oh.
amazing.
Yeah, no, it's
so
out
I'm
of
sure.
control.
Let's give it up for
Working
these
for
companies.
Google.
Come on, come on.
And Apple. Apple's really good to their
Yes.
employees too.
Well, yes, as we all sit here on our iPhones.
Yeah,
and all
everybody's
of that
got
stuff, they
iPhones and
should
Macs.
So
be
do we
doing
have to be in
well.
tech to be
It's
treated
pretty-
like this?
Pretty much.
That's boring.
I feel like they're the ones that make the most money. They have such high margins because like their work is software. They don't have like physical
Right.
expenses, so they can just pay their employees fortunes and have
Well,
great
these are
benefits
tech
and stuff.
companies, but they have to have human resources.
Yep.
They have to have a diversity,
Sales.
equity, and
'Cause
inclusion department.
Marketing.
Tech
They
only
have
drives me insane. I
sales.
get bored.
So there's all kinds of, I'm sure, things that you can do at a tech company.
Right.
But I'm sure the people that are
Yes.
techie,
Oh man.
Make
Man,
money.
Reshell, you can
Oh,
make us leave. You're gonna make us
man.
find out
they make
Oh
money.
man.
because they
that-
got some good game
those are-
systems here. Like
those are $1 million
in Maitland
salaries
or
right
Altamont.
there.
Absolutely.
We have what's that game that we have that sports game right here in
Sport.
Orlando,
EA Sports.
right here.
Yeah, that's one of their branches. EA is like one of the biggest freaking companies in the world.
Big deal.
Multi-billion-dollar company. It's insane how much money they make. I mean, they have such a great strategy, right? They come out with a sports game every year for like NFL, NBA, FIFA, everything, and then they charge you $60 for it. You
Here we
pay
go again. He's
microtransactions
still upset
every
about this
single
video
time on
games.
this. I don't even play this no more, but it's like I
Like my
remember
son
I
does.
remember how much money I made my mom spend on this game, and I just
Oh,
feel
man.
guilty. I must have made her spend thousands of dollars on these games, bro. Like at the end of the day, when I think about it, it's like because you buy the game and then you spend money all year round in this game, and then the next year they bring out the same game with a couple of little updates, and then you make your parents buy it all over again the next year.
Going wrong when
Like,
my son wanted virtual money so his player
Virtual?
could get a tattoo.
Yes,
so his
that's
player can change
that's what
his
I'm talking
hair
about.
so they
You
can
you
put on
spend
different
money on
clothes.
it
I'm
all
like,
year.
wait
It's
a minute, no,
microtransactions.
wait.
Yeah.
You want your player to be a little
And you
better
gotta get
so he can have
packs.
You gotta be
tattoos.
kidding
You gotta
me.
get
Oh, yeah.
packs,
Oh, God.
hairstyles. They get
No.
clothes
I
in
spent
game.
over $1,000 in
Easy.
cents.
Yeah, easy.
Wait, $1,000
Easy.
of real money?
Yes.
Yeah,
Easy.
it's real money.
Easy, you spend that. Easy, you spend that.
That's how
pack
they get
is
their
like
money.
50.
Thousands.
Yeah.
That's how they get the
Thousands
money.
of
So
dollars.
when they're asking, like, so the game's free. Well, not that game.
No,
No,
you
no,
pay
they're
for your
not
game.
game.
But then
Not
if
free.
you want to jazz up your
So on
player,
top of that,
Yeah. No, it's
can
it's a
pay.
little bit more malicious than that, right? Because there's this thing called Ultimate Team, or like it's the internet version of the game. So in order to play the game, you gotta get packs. Packs cost real money, right? So you get these packs, and inside of those packs, it's player cards, and that's how you build your team. So to get the really good players, you need to spend
money.
you gotta be kidding me, guys. It used to be included, like all these players.
Money.
And
I
Bro.
like Atari. So
If
I
you-
like Atari and Centipede and Miss
Yo,
Pac-Man
Kiana,
and
do you know what
Donkey
Atari
Kong.
is? Well, check
She
this
don't
out.
know
Check
what
this out.
Atari
Check
is.
this out.
What's Atari?
Kiara, do you know what Atari is?
She said,
Don't date us
how
like
old
that,
are you?
Mimi. Don't date us like
How old are you,
that.
Kiana?
21.
21.
She was
21.
like Atari, huh?
She was born 2000, bro.
She doesn't
Like,
know what Atari is.
2001.
Girl.
Oh my God.
Hey, we've had a great time on Wild Wealthy
Wealthy
Wednesday. I want you all to keep up with me. Follow me on all my social media, on all social media platforms at Reshell Smith. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Even though I don't know TikTok, I'm on TikTok.
Come
now,
on,
y'all.
Reshell.
Me
too. Come on, Trina.
Let's go
At
to
Reshell
TikTok.
Smith. Or you can go to amesfinancialsolutions.com, AMES, financialsolutions.com. Join my email list, and this information that I've given you all for the low today, I do send out emails with other types of tips, and you got to get on the email list to get it. So go to amesfinancialsolutions.com.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Wild Wealthy Wednesdays with Reshell Smith, our transition money coach in the building. Wasn't it amazing for Wild Wealthy Wednesday?
It was definitely triggering. I am quite upset. That was a rough one.
That really was.
It got right to your heart, right, my
It really
friend?
did. I felt guilt, anger. It was a roller
All
coaster of
together
emotions.
in one.
Woo.
Yeah.
I understand. It's just a brief, temporarily.
That's how you know it's good information, right? When it
Absolutely.
really gets to you. And Rochelle's definitely got some gems that will
That's
keep
right.
you broke.
That's
So,
right,
you know,
that's
make
right.
sure, make sure
Right.
you stay tuned. Make sure you listen in with our favorite financial planner. And Mimi, what else we got for the show tonight?
We have a special guest online right now.
Get out.
And she's representing the Democratic Party, so it's an honor to have someone actually on the phone with us. So all the questions you guys have, we must get in. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Cindy Bonnier on the line. Come on.
Hey, hi everybody. Nice to be here.
It's great to have you back, our friend, because she has been on this radio show before. She's told us a lot of insightful information, what's going on with the city, what's going on in the state, with politics, what's actually going on with the Democratic Party. So, Dr. Bonnier, we did a telethon recently where we raised some funds to have them run. But just tell me a little briefly of what your backstory is for our audience and what is your mission, my friend?
Well, my mission is to put people first in politics, not profit, not ladder climbers. It's to actually do what's right, do what's good instead of just looking good. As a lot of the folks down here in Fort Myers, where I live, that's how they act a lot of times. So
Yes, they do.
I'm trying to put that work for the community first.
That's and this is the problem, where a lot of them don't represent us; they represent themselves. How can we tell? How can we determine this? By asking them questions, getting to know them, see their background, see their pages. And I've actually was with Dr. Bonnier a few times in my lifetime, and to get to see what they're running for, what they stand for, is very impressive, and their message is very powerful. So, what is your mission, though, my friend? Like in the next 5 years, what are you trying to change, Dr. Bonnier?
So for us here in Florida, I'm working to make sure that we have clean water. That's clean water for our beaches, our rivers, and clean drinking water coming into our house. So that means investment in our infrastructure and making sure that we're holding polluters accountable. And another thing that I'm working for that's near and dear to my heart is making sure that people are no longer going bankrupt because of health care issues. My youngest daughter had a rare blood disease, and it nearly killed her and nearly bankrupted my family. And I just don't think anybody should be worried about how much it's going to cost to save their loved one. So I'm going to go to Congress and make sure that we have affordable access to health care.
This is what a lot of us are having problems with, and a lot of us. When you think insurance takes care of it and it doesn't, or all of a sudden they drop you, or when you need more help, does it cover?
Doctor, what do you mean by affordable access to health care?
So basically, I mean that we shouldn't be paying outlandish premiums. We shouldn't have profit-seeking corporations in the middle.
Let me simplify. Do you believe in universal health care?
I absolutely do believe in universal health care. I believe that we should have a fully functioning public health care system, just like the one that I had when I lived in Japan.
Nice.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
What does that mean? What does this mean, free healthcare?
It's not free, but it's
not free.
I'm gonna let the doctor go ahead and explain.
Yeah, Dr.
it
Bunny, what does this mean? Because we never heard of it. We never experienced this. What does this universal mean?
We certainly have never experienced it.
Definitely not.
We have a terribly broken healthcare system. We have some of the worst healthcare outcomes for the cost that we spend, and I just think it's outrageous. What I'm looking at is making sure that we have a publicly available system that anybody and everybody can access. And it's on what we call in public administration the sliding scale user fee. So that basically means you pay based on your income, right? Ooh. So as a student in Japan, I was paying $25 a month because that's what I could afford.
Nice.
And all the costs when I would walk into a healthcare facility would be affordable because they were price capped, they were set. And so you couldn't get what we have here in the United States, which is depending on the provider that you walk into and your health insurance, you could pay two wildly different things. We have Medicaid and Medicare setting one cost, and then everything else is secret, actually. I don't even know if people realize that, but it's the health insurance companies do not advertise how much they are paying out for certain things. So like you could get an MRI, for instance, right? And Medicaid maybe is paying $100 for that. Now, another health insurance company, let's say somebody like Florida Blue, maybe they're paying $500 for it. Maybe another health insurance company, something like United, they may pay $3,000 for that. So what we have is this secretive system where the hospitals and the providers and the insurance companies are playing off each other so that they can make enough money to cover their costs and to make a profit. And if we kind of cut out all that nonsense, right, and simplify it, we're going to have more affordable health care. We're going to have better health outcomes. We're going to have healthier people. We're going to have, more successful people able to make a productive living for themselves and contribute to our community and our economy. And it just makes sense. And I'm tired of politicians saying that we can't do it. So I'm ready to go to D.C. and make it happen.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
We all know that. We know that, some insurances charge more than others, and we just don't, like she said, we don't actually see it. How can you prove it? How can you say, who touched me? Who's all that touched me? How much you all are charging me?
Yeah.
You don't see that.
Yeah. You're not going to, because the insurance company has an interest in, keeping that as dodgy and inaccessible as possible, because if you don't know, they can charge you more, right?
That's what gets
we don't even have negotiation rights with some of these companies, which is atrocious. Like the VA has certain negotiating powers, doctor. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I just don't understand why other like Medicare or Medicaid, we should all be able to have that. Like the same prices that they pay at the VA, everybody should be able to negotiate for those prices, and that's how you end up with people doing things like going to Canada, buying medicine just so they can bring it back here, because that's cheaper than just buying it here. Like,
yeah, well, you want to hear something wild? So I had my oldest daughter right here in Cape Coral, Florida, and the Japanese government has national health insurance paid for it.
Whoa.
When I was still a student. Yeah, that's how wild our system is and compared to other developed countries that have better systems.
Damn, that's nuts.
I became pregnant, and at the time that was before Obamacare. And so pregnancy was a pre-existing condition. I could not buy. I could not pay enough to get health insurance in this country.
Yes.
Yep.
So I just kept my student insurance because I was doing the last year of my doctorate. And they reimbursed me for all the costs, even though I was here in the United States. And then they actually gave me a birth subsidy.
Wow.
So I was able to pay. And I paid for a birth center because I couldn't pay out of pocket for hospitals here as well. So, I mean, we have a really wildly, inefficient system here in the United States.
What she's saying is absolutely right, because when I had my twins, I pay insurance. I pay insurance like $100, $200 per check. And when I got pregnant, they told me it was a pre-existing condition, and they will not cover my pregnancy. So what am I paying you for? For what? When I happen to get sick, if I ever get sick, but you're getting a lot more money than me ever being sick, paying any bills. So I had to fight. Guess what? I had to go to the system, ask the system for help, as well as my private insurance. And now it's like they're battling each other because you got a job, you're full-time, you got insurance. No. But they will pay. Sorry. And I can't drop it because I signed a contract. Apparently some jobs do that as well. So I'm not allowed to drop it and I have to keep paying, but I'm not getting taken care of.
Right.
You know what I had to do? Quit. And go into the system where they pick me up 100%. That's why it's backwards here in the United States.
That's crazy.
Whenever you pay for privately, they still not taking care of you.
Absolutely
You're better off
terrible.
in the system where they do take care of you. But now it's backwards. Money's going. It's like there has to be some sort of systematic system where it's supporting the people financially of what they can afford. Like Dr. Barnier say, that's actually a clever idea to think about things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there shouldn't be any insurance companies, period. Like, what are they there for? Literally just to get in the way of you and your doctor.
That's it.
Like, there's nothing else that they do. They're just a leech on the system. But because they have so much money, they go and they lobby people in,
That's it.
In D.C., and then we end up with these same rules. So, doctor, how do we know you're not going to end up being one of those people that's just going to end up being bought out by the insurance companies later?
Question.
Well, because first and foremost, I take zero corporate PAC dollars now. I have none of that super PAC dark money in me.
Come on, doctor, yes.
Not
Good
in
job.
2020, not in 2022, and never. I mean, I'm really somebody who's come to public service because of my nature and what I've been doing. I've been working in community development and international poverty alleviation for 20 years. And I just couldn't stay here in the United States and watch our system fall apart, watch our democracy be taken down by corporate interests for the most part, and seeing politicians just get elected and riding high on all that. So when I say that it's, there'll be no corporate dollars in my bank account, that's today and in the future.
That's it.
I love that.
You got to go for the people. You got to go for the people's people.
It's hard. It's hard to find
It is
people
hard.
And while we're
that
at
are
it,
willing to do that. Because a lot of people
let's go
end up
ahead and
taking
roll
that money.
back to Citizens United and let's pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act so that we can actually get true electoral reform. We can get corporate dollars out of politics. We can shine a light on all of that, and we can make sure that we have a fairer voting system overall for all Americans.
Yes.
This is so important. If you guys don't understand maybe the logistics of it, please check out Dr. Barnier's page. She explains it so well that you're able to understand it fully. This is very important. This changes your life. It changes the game. And this is what we have to shoot for, not from the signs we see or those marvelous commercials that are millions of dollars, because those guys are getting funded by what she's saying. Those under the table, those black. And that's why they make it possible to be out there like that. But the ones that are in your face, you definitely have to question where it's coming from, where the money's coming from, and how they get in these ads. So think about it, guys. It's dark and deep. But if with all of us sticking together, expressing these things, we understand the system and the game itself on how they're running.
And when she says dark money, that's a funny term, but it is a very literal term for these pockets of money that are like, you literally, if you had the best detective around, you're not going to be able to find where this money comes from. Like, and these are things that are legal in the system. If this was anywhere else, we would just call it corruption. Like, companies are coming in to pay your politicians, and then they make certain laws. That's corruption. Here we call it lobbying. That's the only difference. And that's why there's no corruption in the U.S. because corruption is legal in the United States of
We've
America.
legitimized it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we gotta bring it to the White House. We gotta bring it out to the left. Come on, we gotta bring a deal out there to represent the people.
I mean, I'm out here trying to, you know, I believe that both parties have huge problems, but I definitely think that the Republicans have way more problems. And I think that we are going to be just better off, you know, trying to deal with the Democrats who are at least in a ballpark of trying to help people out as a party. Even though there's a lot of ridiculous things that they do, even though like way up in the party system, like Pelosi and them are atrocious human beings to say the least.
I might agree.
But I think on the lower levels, on your state levels, it's real people that are really interested in like real problems like Doctor here. And
That's
I
right.
think that you know, the things you're saying, and I wish you the best. We're going to fight really hard for you to go ahead and get elected.
That's right. So, Dr. Banya, please release your page and all your information so our audience can find you, because you're a friend of ours. You've been with us for many years, and we appreciate everything you're doing for the people. We really appreciate you, Dr. Banya.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, you can check me out, cindybanier.com. That's CINDY, B as in boy, A, N as in Nancy, YAI.com. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on all of it. I'm shining a light on everything, and most recently about Hurricane Ian, because I'm here in Fort Myers. I've been helping my community. We're still a mess, like many places in Florida. We've been making sure that the hardest hit areas are getting the attention they need, and not just those beautiful coastal homes. So that's kind of been on my plate the last few weeks. So I've been able to we're 2 weeks out to the campaign, to the election, and I'm getting the word out about the changes here. But just wanted to, acknowledge and, send some love to my community members here in Southwest Florida as we're recovering from Hurricane Ian.
She's amazing, guys. Again, she's on our
Absolutely.
Peace on the Streets page, so check her out. She's tagged and also on our Facebook page. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Democrat Party, Dr. Cindy Banya in the building. Come on!
Good luck, Doctor.
Yes!
Wish you the best.
I'm voting.
I'm voting.
Thank you.
Where's Mr. Air Force One?
One of his vehicles actually shut down, so he couldn't make it here on time. So we got Lady Gina in the building running the turntables over here. Remember the turntables? Does it exist anymore?
No. I don't know. It's before my time.
Because I know he always calls me up and goes, "Oh, Miss Angela."
That's what he does. So let me do it, ladies
Okay,
and
I'm
gentlemen.
going to have to do that.
Let's do it.
for
Do
you.
it, Gina. Do it, Gina.
Miss Angela.
That's right. Oh, yeah, he always does that. That's why when I got the call, I said, "Uh-oh, where's Mr. Air Force
Yeah, she
One?"
knew it. She knew it. Yes. Don't worry, Miss Angela. He's well.
All right, so
he's
the
safe.
next time I sit in for him, they're going to have to remind me of this so I can get that for you. I want you to be as hype as you can be when you get on the show.
Love
okay?
it, Gina.
Oh, yeah, he's too much with that. Oh, he's funny when he does that. So, but anyway, I would say the best update that we have today, which I was so pleased, is that I had to go to the cruise line office today to drop off some more program books. But, of course, the owner, Kevin Sheehan, was there. So I was in luck, okay? Kevin's in town today and tomorrow.
Wow.
And, of course, I had to go see Nasli. He was so pleased with this event, okay? He was so pleased. But you know what got him? And I'll tell you what my hook is, and I've got to do more of this, all right? When I put that billboard up in New York City with Ashanta advertising the cruise line, and it wasn't on a side street. It was right in the heart of Times Square where everybody could see it. And he lives in New York. And people were calling him up, and they said, "Hey, did you see your advertising in Times Square?" He said, "No." They said, "You better get out there." He saw it, and that was it. And he is like, "Angela, we've got to do this again next year." He said, "Look, I understand we're getting our feet wet with this company." He said, but he got nothing but rave reviews on Tito, on Molina, on Stephen Avi. He was so pleased with the event. And coming from the owner, that's all I had to hear.
Yes. This is the owner, guys, of the new cruise line, Margaritaville at Sea, which was brought over by Bahama Paradise, which is amazing. So we went there and seen everything up close and personal. We interacted with the crowd. So what she's saying, the testimony of it, we've seen it live in effect. It's such an amazing experience. To have the people cheer for us, give us high five, take pictures. It was insane. So it's such a pleasant trip and something so unique you'll never forget.
And you know, the thing was, I found out that some of the other shows, except for that adult show that they always have, but some of the other shows were not as packed as ours. The show in the main theater, I found out was not as packed because everybody wanted to come in and see ours.
Come on. And we had live performers, Tito Puente Jr., Melina, Stephen Alvey. And if you guys want to know who they are, check out Peace on the Streets page, Facebook and Instagram. We are posting these guys, posting our extravaganza event, and you can see these pictures live in effect. Like, you'll see, I have people sending me messages saying they should have went, and now they're going to go next year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Stephen Alvey, I mean, he just, oh, my God. He's definitely coming back. He just fell in love with the pageant. He wants to come back again. Tito wrote me a beautiful note last night and said he was so pleased. And he said, we are history in the making.
Come on! You brought greatness.
I mean, it's just been amazing. And here's the thing. Now, the Global Trade Chamber is going to be doing 4 days in San Juan, Puerto Rico in May.
What?
So I got to get down there, okay? Because I said, oh, my God, this would be a great place to advertise the pageant.
Miss Angela, sign me up because I'm representing Puerto Rico and I'll be in Puerto Rico. Come on.
That'd be awesome.
Come on.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, that is going to be amazing. And a Global Trade Chamber doing a big an event. And I thought it was the 100 Successful Women. No, this is actually the Global Trade Chamber.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he's doing, I mean, of course, they'll advertise 100 Successful Women there, but this is the actual chamber doing their main conference for 4 days in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Wow.
And if I read it correctly, I think they're doing it at the El San Juan, which is a gorgeous hotel. I've been there several times. It's a 5-star hotel right in the heart of the city. So that's going to be an amazing event. I said, oh, well, I was raising the flag today. I said, Miss International World's got to be there.
That'd be amazing, Miss Angela. She's going to take us around the world.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just so pleased with all of the reviews that were coming in today. I really was. So I've got to put my thinking cap on and, really I've got to think about getting up to New York and getting with my buddies on MSNBC. And if I do like that, something like that, I know that this cruise line would just really, they would just go nuts, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I got to do another billboard somewhere in New York City on that.
It's the impact. It's not just, the show itself. It's the women. They interact so well. They're respectful.
Well, and, that was the first thing they asked me. They said that the ladies have a great time. I said, the ladies had a blast. I said they really had a wonderful time. So all in all, everything was just went amazing. You know, and I realized that, they're working with a new company, and, both companies are trying to really get their act together. And it's tough sometimes when you do a merge.
Right.
Because that company's trying to learn what they're doing,
right,
and they're trying to learn what the other company is doing. But all in all, we made it work. I mean, when Kevin saw the pictures today, he said, oh, my God. He says, this is unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And I'm going to be talking to their PR company tomorrow, so we're on the right track. I mean, this was great. If I didn't get any complaints from the top, then I was satisfied.
Come on. And I have audience members that are now listening to us because of this cruise. They're friends with us. They send us messages, and then we met them on the cruise. So it's just so important how the ladies interact with the audience, how they were really eager to see our shows, they asked us questions, they wanted to know where it was at, and they followed us. And we became friends with some of the people there. So it's such a beautiful thing. And to have a strong organization really understand people, connect with people, and get involved, you can't fail. So I'm just saying, cruise ship, Margaritaville at sea, you definitely want to boost up a little more for Miss International World and give them more because they could take over this ship.
And I hear a lot of the ladies are coming on tonight, and I know they'll have a lot of positive things to say. So I know it's going to be for the last 2 weeks. And I know Jesse, he's dying to get on. I gave him your phone number. I know he's dying to get on there. Yeah. and he's going to be. We're gonna help him promote his business a lot because I think he's going to be a great sponsor to us.
I believe so.
I've got a couple of ideas for him in the works. So we've got a lot of great people out there that really supported us. And I'll tell you, I'm even getting PR companies now and other organizations that are calling me. So this show was a real hit.
It really was. The sponsors that came to show support fell in love, and now they want to sponsor more and be involved. So you guys get involved, see what it has to offer. Dip yourself inside. Once you see this world, it's something that's so strong. I would definitely say, just for a testimony, that the pageantry world has saved my definitely changed my life. There's things that I've never experienced before that's being given to me. Miss International World, you don't have to win for her not to forget you if you're in this pageantry world or in this organization. So it's really elevates your life, your lifestyle, and the people you meet. It changed my life, and it's changing my life right now.
Exactly. And I mean, just me meeting all the ladies always changes my life and, wants me to do more. And, I'm making a list of where I think, the organization can grow, the ladies can grow.
Yes.
We had a great group of ladies. There was no animosity. Everybody was great.
Not at all. There was a lot of people on the back flip saying that they never been to an organization like this with so much love. No hate, no animosity. You didn't feel jealousy. You truly didn't feel that, not from one single woman. And we all are still friends to this day. So, Miss Angela, it does have to lead to the leader. Thank you so much for choosing the right individuals. You don't choose everybody. You guys pick and choose who you feel is the best part for representing. That's what keeps it clean and pure. And we are so grateful for you because it takes a good leader to make it possible.
Next year, Mr. Air Force One, he's got to get over there.
He does. We're not leaving you, Miss Angela, for many more to come. We're going to get Prince on this ship. Thank you so much for what you do for everyone, Miss Angela. You had testimonies on this ship that gave me tears from what ladies were talking about, how you helped them. So thank you so much for taking care of everyone and truly making them in a very safe, secure environment always. So please release to our audience your Facebook, Instagram, or any pages you like to release.
Well, of course, we know every Wednesday night where we could find me or one of my associates, Peace on the Streets, every Wednesday night. And on Instagram, you can find us on Ms. International World. And on Facebook, usually you can find everything under my personal page, Angela Basilico, or MS International World. And let's not forget Ms. Latina International as well.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of Miss International World, Miss Angela. Up next is Bailey for Miss International World. Come on.
Thank you so much, guys.
So we got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Slap the Apple Memphis Style Barbecue. Guys, reach out to them. They're amazing. They cater to everything from weddings to events to job functions. What's the website?
Everything. You can get some of their barbecue sauce over at slaptheapplebarbecuesauce.com. They were packed today. They got that new grill. It's extra large. Out of here on 27. Killing it.
Yes.
They are on 27. They got jerk chicken now. And
come on, jerk chicken, and they ain't brought me none.
Jerk chicken, brisket, ribs,
the
chicken.
best barbecue.
Yeah, they
And
are
sides.
really. That's a good spot for them. You guys got to check them out. Right there off 27. If you're getting ready to get on the turnpike, get off the turnpike, coming down 50, coming down 27. They hit them on all sides.
They hit them all.
What's the website, Inyo?
Once again, that's slaptheapplebarbecuesauce.com. Go over there and get you some barbecue sauce today.
Come on, don't forget the catering for Thanksgiving. Have
Fried
you ever had fried turkey?
Fried turkey.
Have you?
Fried turkey.
Fried turkey.
Look at Gina's eyes.
It's that time. Get your exercise on now.
For real.
I'm about to take my turkey out the freezer now.
Yes.
go.
We gotta enjoy ourselves. So guys, don't forget, if you get involved in any sort of accident, slip or fall, you know to call Mimi. Call me at 407-267-7378. I just assisted someone. Check this out real quick. Yesterday he called me. He had a hit and run. This is what you guys need to not do. Somebody hit him. He trusts them. They get their phone number.
Negative.
I'll send you my information.
That's negative.
I'll send it to you.
That's a no.
They
not
left,
what we do.
and he just drove away.
That's a no.
So now he doesn't have his information, and it's a hit and run.
Did
But
he take a picture?
nothing.
Did he get a tag?
Nothing. This is a big deal, guys. When you get in an accident, right away, get out, take a picture of the vehicle and their tag because most likely they will leave.
Yeah, I mean,
Start recording.
Especially in Florida. They get away with murder out here,
Yeah.
literally.
a lot of people ain't got insurance.
But a great thing is they reached out to me and our lawyers picked him up and was able to assist him because there's cameras and witnesses. So
That's good.
he's blessed right now. If he was on his own, there's no way he would have made this possible. So again, big shout out to No Fault. Again, reach out to me 407-267-7378. You never know, guys. You may have a case, but please take a picture of those tags. Please. It's very important. Again, Central Florida Transmission Repair, guys. You must go to them and say you were referred over by Peace on the Streets Radio. You get a discount, 15%, by just saying you're listening to Peace on the Streets.
And you may get a discount. You may get disappointed. They may say, we can't help you because that's what they did to me.
Truthfully,
my poor Lexi, they couldn't help Lexi. But I appreciate that they were honest about it.
Yes.
They said, we can get you on the road, but we can't guarantee you. So you can spend this $4 or $5 grand. Maybe it'll take you a month. Maybe it'll take you 6 months.
And
I
I'd rather
appreciate
know that than spend my money first.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Facts.
good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So a big shout out again to Central Florida Transmission Repair. Reach out to them at 407-203-1217 or go to them directly. 4685 Old Winter Garden Road, Orlando, Florida 32811. They offer financing. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And mentorship. They even will assist our people.
Which
if
is
they want to
dope.
get involved in this kind of career, which is amazing, which is always in demand. So you will
Always.
always have a job. I know you guys are missing Prince, but it's okay. He just had to work a little hard on his 4th job.
Right.
We miss you, Prince. Thank you so much for taking care of everybody. We are really grateful for you.
Yeah,
So-
that's my boy.
I know. And people are asking
He
about
gotta
him.
be my boy because
on.
I'm here at this time of night. I love you, Prince. I just want you to know. You must know I love you because I'm exhausted.
Literally, you've been here since 8 a.m.? or-
No, I've been here since 12.
That's, wow, all day.
Yeah, I've been all day.
This is your second home, Gina.
Yeah.
Oh, we appreciate you, Gina.
Love you, Prince. I
Thank
just
you
want you to
so
know
much
that.
for, honestly, we love your support because you dip in, you don't complain at all.
No,
We
man,
appreciate
it
you.
is what it is. I get to listen. I get to play a little my R&B.
Oh,
So
come on.
hey, I can only do gospel in the daytime. So
Yeah.
let me branch my wings a little bit now.
Hey, thank you so much, guys. We'll be back with us on Peace on the Streets radio show. We got Kiana in the building. We got Ben, Enyo, and Trina in the house. And we have Bailey from Miss International World right now on the line. Bailey, come on. Hey, Bailey, it's a pleasure. Hey, thank you so much for being with us on Peace on the Streets radio, Bailey. And real quick, though, I want you to give our audience a little background about yourself and why did you compete for Miss International World?
Okay, so I decided to compete because, pageants and modeling has always been a big thing, and I love, changing people's perspective on pageants because everyone sees, stuff in movies about pageants and things like that, and, it's not true. A true sisterhood was truly built there, and I really, really loved the experience. Even though I didn't place, I still had an amazing time, and it was really, really great being able to connect with these girls. And, yeah, that was pretty much it.
Do you think that it made you stronger?
Yeah, 100%. Are you kidding? I had an amazing time there, and they lifted me up, especially you, Mimi. You were literally just helping me the whole time, tapping me up, hyping me up through the whole thing.
Come on. You're wiser than your years, my friend. How old are you, Bailey?
I'm 19.
19? Come on. She's wiser. She's so wise in her age that she surrounds herself with older individuals because she wants to learn the game about business, entrepreneurship, and getting involved. So, Bailey, you're surrounding yourself with strong, powerful women as yourself because you're supposed to be there. So it's amazing how you found your way so young. She even cut off a couple of her 19-year-old friends because they were ready. I mean, and that's how you...
It's true.
Yes. That's how you know that you're ready, Bailey. So you're doing a marvelous job. You don't have to win to be empowered. And you did that for yourself. And I'm so proud of you. You killed it. You looked amazing the entire time. Yes, Bailey, what's your next mission in the next 5 years?
5 years. Wow. I think about this sometimes, and it's really hard for me to really come up with a 5-year plan because, things change and so quickly in 5 years.
You're
so
right.
I think about different paths, and I think about so many different paths that I can go on. And, one big one is just going to like being an esthetician, I want to be able to go to like older ladies' houses and be able to give them facials, people that can't get out, you know, and be able to give them facials, make them feel good about themselves, help them with their skincare, you know. I feel like it would just brighten somebody's day. I think that is a big one for my 5-year plan.
That's amazing, Bailey, because honestly, I would rather have someone come to my house instead of me going somewhere, honestly. Yes, honestly. That's a great idea, Bailey. You got to really think about these things. And if we can help you, let me know. We would love to help with the business, expose, you know, that nature. Because I honestly, Gina, I'd rather go have someone come to my house.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't it true that it's so much like more comfortable, more personable?
Absolutely.
So much better.
Absolutely. And you could buy it for your mom, for your grandmother.
Right.
And that's like VIP status.
That is.
It's amazing.
I'm down for that.
Yes. So, Bailey, get on the ball. Get this ball rolling. Figure out a plan. And if you need our help, let us know, because I would love to see this in motion. Because you just said it. That might be your next mission. This might be your goal, Bailey.
I agree. I really want to make it even sooner than the 5-year plan. It's going to be difficult starting that up, but, you know, we're going to make it happen. We always do.
You got it. That's right. So you already got yourself involved with strong people. Now just connect those dots, and they'll make it happen for you, young lady, because you're doing a marvelous job, and we see that. So, again, anything that you want to say to the audience, to your fans, to everybody listening?
I want to say, I think just chase your dreams. You know, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, you can make it happen. You're the only one stopping you. And you got to be able to just push forward, and you got to be able to just kill it, do it, take that chance, take that risk, because at the end of the day, it's going to pay off.
It's amazing. Aren't the ladies so well-spoken, Gina?
Very.
That's this
very,
pageantry, I'm telling
very.
you.
I love it.
Because they're trained for that, and they have to answer questions on the spot, you know, for this. So we know, because we were nervous, but this is why it's a very strong platform. It really makes you better within yourself.
Yeah.
And you're very strong.
Confident.
Big time, guys. So it don't, how she's saying what was perceived on social media or in the world or really on TV, tell you the truth, it's really not what it is if you get into the right organization. And we are empowering each other, and it's a sisterhood for life. And they're my friends, and they've been on air with us, and it happened 2 weeks ago.
That's so awesome.
Proves to show that we stick together. So Bailey, thank you so much for being with us on Miss International World. Please give everybody your social media platform.
On Instagram, it's BKCarter03.
Love it, Bailey. God bless your soul. We love you. Thank you for being with us on Peace on the Streets. Come on.
All right, thank you for having me, Mimi.
You're welcome. Welcome back to Peace on the Streets radio show with your girl, Mimi Mala. And we got Kiana in the building. Ow, happy Halloween, guys. It's coming around the corner. Did we celebrate Halloween here? Did we talk about this? Everybody's like, yeah, sure.
I do trunk or treat. That's what we do at church. We do the trunk or treat.
How cool is that? What does this mean, Gina?
So, basically what we do is we provide a place where kids can come with their costumes and they can come in a safe environment at church and get candy. We decorate the trunks with candy and all kinds of stuff, trunks of cars, and they go to the trunks of cars and they get candy and stuff.
That's clever.
Very safe.
They're doing it right now in schools as well.
Yeah,
my kids'
they do
schools,
it in schools.
Tomorrow they're doing
the trunk or treats
after school.
Right.
Everybody drives their car. Stays interesting,
and it's really safe. We do it for a lot of churches. My church is doing it, which is right here in off of Powers Drive, New Life Church of God in Christ. We're doing it. St. John Baptist Church downtown Orlando, they're doing it as well. So a lot of churches are just trying to keep the kids out of the street.
Come on, and nowadays people don't open up doors. Is it the COVID issue, or they just give up?
No trespass.
Yes. I would tell you, back in the day, though, trick-or-treating was everything. When you went to door, everybody was so friendly. They opened the door, they spoke to you. But we had to worry about getting poisoned, having razor blades in our candy.
Right.
Remember that, guys? I remember that. Yeah, so this changed.
We still got to worry about that a little bit.
We still do. Right. So, Kiana, you got Z News going on, right? You're about to release some good stuff? Come on, Kiana. Let's go. Z News in the building for newer generations, some insightful information. Tell us what's going on, Kiana.
Okay, so
Make sure you talk straight in the mic.
If you guys don't know, for a while they've been talking about Sims 5. And if you've seen the Sims stream, they finally disclosed some of what Sims 5 will have. And instead of buying CC, you'll be able to create and customize the furniture that you have in game by changing the font, the color, the size, the shape, all of that yourself within the game.
Whoa, so more money.
Actually, no, it's free.
Really?
It's free in game, but you have to buy the game. So instead of paying for extra content, the content is already there.
I actually like that better. That's actually pretty clever. About time. Yeah, because usually the games are free and then they got to pay for everything else, and that's how they get their money's worth.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Yeah.
So this is it called Sims 5?
Yep, Sims 5.
Do you know about this, Sims?
I know nothing.
Well, Sims will make you broke because they have multiple different packs and all this and that they say you need to have. If you're not a person that builds, you have to get other people's builds, and then they use those, and then you can't use it. But with the new pack, they're going to try to eliminate some of that.
Interesting.
With the new Sims 5.
So can we play this on PlayStation 5?
It's on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Go ahead, Kiana.
It's on platform.
Now, real quick, though, you're doing something in college, and you just did something for a movie, right?
Not a movie, like the real movie. It
Right.
was a rework of the movie.
How does this explain to us about this?
So what a rework is you'll pick any film out there, a couple seconds of it, and you'll re-edit from the dialogue to the Foley, which, if you guys don't know, Foley is like clothing, footsteps,
Whoa.
objects, and then you'll do sound effects, and then the background. So like in this room you wouldn't hear anything, but like outside it'd be like the weather, stuff like that.
That's insane. So it's mostly sound you're creating?
Yep, you're creating all the elements of the movie, like from every single sound you hear,
So interesting.
as well as mixing it and re-recording it.
How long does something like this take? For how long of a
It
film?
takes days. For this clip in particular,
A clip.
it took like 4 days for me because of all the different elements.
Wow.
But if you're working for a real film, like the whole clip, it could take you a few months.
Wow.
If you're working alone.
They must get paid good money for this.
Yeah.
It starts at $75 an hour.
$75 an hour. Come on.
There you
Give
go.
it up,
Can I
Kiana.
get hired,
Wrong
please?
profession.
Can I get hired?
That's insane. So you're going to college for this.
Yeah.
This is what you want to do in films
Yeah.
only?
I want to do it for more like the dance films and like live productions because
Oh.
that's cool. But you could do it for games. Like the class I have now is sound design for games. So it's just more creating the like gunshots and the objects.
What's the title of your, I guess, what you're going to school for? What is this under? Like what category?
Recording arts.
Really? This is
'Cause
recording
it's
arts?
everything.
Huh. You think that's only for music itself? You know what I mean? Not dipped into video
Yeah.
games or film. Look how broad
Wow.
this is.
Because arts are large.
All together
yeah,
overall.
it's large.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's good.
I'm so proud of you, Kiana. So you're going to show us this a little bit later because we can't do it on air, but you are going to show us this clip of what you've
Yeah.
done. I'm very excited for you.
Can't do it on air because that would be copyright.
That's right. And we can't get sued. Give it up
We're
for
not
Kiana.
getting
Come
sued.
on.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
We appreciate Kiana right now. We appreciate Ben in the building. I got bolder and spoke about it and said, screw him on air and kept going with it.
Right.
You know, and so I thought that she was able to turn the tables because she fired him and cleared
Yeah.
the floor and got new management. I really thought this was going to save her to keep working.
But wasn't that her stability? Like in the world that she lives in, you hear about these things all the time, and it's always whirlwind, going around
Yeah.
you. But
Yeah.
when you get home, you have somewhere for you to go that you're safe. You have a stable ground. And then when
Right.
that crumbles, you have no sense
Nothing.
of up and down anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that did
That was
to
the
her.
center of her life. Her
Right.
son and her marriage was the center, most important things of her life outside
her
of that
anchor.
show. It was her anchors. And when that dynamic of life changed for her, she just lost her way.
I know it's been going on for a long time. I mean, he's been cheating for over 10 years. I never even knew, like, people can do it so long
Yeah.
and get away with it the whole time. there's just like there's rules to the game. There was just a lot of leniency. I guess we kind of all learned from things like that.
Yeah.
You know, he had a bachelor pad the whole entire time. Why? If he's married, is he living somewhere else from time to time? You guys know.
Right.
You know, like what that definitely can lead to, especially in the limelight in Hollywood.
She's busy. I guess he has the time.
She's busy.
Yeah.
This is what bothers me. This is
See,
how
I
Hollywood is.
have a rule that I had when I was married. If you choose to not come home or not to stay in my bed, then you've made your choice.
It's
and
over.
Don't ever come back in my bed.
I agree.
Even if we're mad, you can turn your back to me. You can put something in the middle of us.
Right.
I don't even care.
You can even sleep on the couch, but you're in the home.
No,
She said no couch.
No, no. You have to stay in my room.
Wow, I like
You
that.
can sleep on the floor, but you're gonna be in my room.
The floor. No couch floor.
No couch. I just believe when you do that, you add such a space in between. You know, you separate, you go into different rooms. Now your brain can fester onto this and onto that. And don't give the enemy that much room to mess with your brain. You're making so much space for other thoughts and anything.
Absolutely
At least when you sleeping beside me, you be like, oh, I'm just so sick of her.
She's absolutely right.
I'm just so sick of her.
Yeah.
But guess what? You love
Still
me.
here, yeah.
Right.
You're still here.
You're right. Once you leave a little bit open, it's not good.
Right.
It's not like a lot of evilness is gonna come in.
Really,
and even the
really.
thinking. I can't imagine though, the whole time being with someone and managing your show. And he's your right-hand man, and he's doing this to you the whole entire time. And the mistress, everybody knows he's married, to want to do it for so long yourself is dirty,
Yeah.
grimy.
Yeah.
She's a bum. So let's give it up to the bum. Come on.
That is hilarious.
You know, so we have Mikhail Michaels to give me a little bit of the hot topic review. Mikhail Michaels is in New York enjoying himself, and he was on the Sherry Shepherd.
Sherry Shepherd.
He was on there
And
3
you know
times.
What? I love Sherry Shepherd. I'm not saying anything bad about Wendy Williams, but I love Sherry.
She's gonna kill it, huh?
Shepherd. I think this was made for her.
Mm.
I don't like the fact that she's underneath the umbrella of Wendy Williams. I think she should have just came out as her own, and she would have still blossomed.
I don't think they would have given it to her though. I think it was just the right opportunity.
But I think it's a negative cast too, because it's some people are praising it, and then other people are like, oh, you just took her spot.
Yeah.
And that's how Wendy feel. You just took my spot.
She may feel like that, but they changed the whole game there. They changed the whole
They
setup.
did. They have
They changed the whole
changed it.
formation.
But it was meant for Wendy to go back.
Yeah,
So
yes, it was.
technically, I feel like you stole my stuff. You get what I'm saying? And that's the mentality.
She only stole her time to air.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's because
Right.
the staff wanted to stay there. They didn't want to get fired. They wanted to do the work. So
And
they're
plus,
happy to have
Wendy
her.
Williams was a hard person on her staff too. So they had a lot of complaints on the treatment she gave her staff.
Oh no, I don't want to hear that. No. I did
Oh,
not
you
know
didn't hear
this.
about that?
No.
What? Oh my God, y'all need to do some research. I'm a Wendy Williams fan. I know
Yeah.
almost everything about her.
But I think that's why Sherry stayed under the umbrella, just to give her the respect.
The respect. She's a smart woman.
Because Sherry,
she's doing it
not,
very
yeah,
well.
She's not that
No,
type
it's
of
not.
person.
It wasn't Sherry. I don't think she's really offended with Sherry. It's the system
happy to hear
that
that.
put her there.
Yes.
You understand what I'm
Yes.
saying? It was an undermining system.
Yes. But
Let's
Sherry
just be
handled it
real
so
about
well.
it.
The system
The
is like,
system
okay, you're
itself
done.
was
Put somebody,
undermining to her, and although both of them, in a sense, got Sherry got a better end of the deal, you know. But what really did Wendy Williams get?
She would have had it if she came back. You know, it took it
she needed help
a little
though.
more. So she doesn't look good,
really-
guys. She's so skinny.
She needed.
She looks like
help.
psychologically
And
she's
my-
not there.
And my thing is, the staff had been watching her fall
Yes, they have.
away, and my thing is, where was the accountability?
Yeah. Did
Where was the accountability? She has a son. She has, I think her parents were still alive
Yeah.
too.
One of them just died, didn't
One
they?
did just pass.
That's why she's losing her mind,
And now
guys.
she's
It's
losing
all
more.
coming in on her.
Yeah,
Is it her
like
mom
a
or dad?
Boom, boom. Well, I don't remember.
I remember that I heard
I don't
it.
remember.
I heard it by accident on TV, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no way, one of her parents died,
Yeah.
because they were her biggest fans,
They
always
are
there.
Wow.
Yeah.
They would if she went through this, I'm sure they supported her full time, and then they go. I hope stress wasn't the falling of the
Right.
parent.
I don't know, but they're older, so
They're very old.
She's old.
They're very old.
You know?
But to see your
I
daughter,
mean-
to see your daughter go through heartbreak, that could have
So,
been
I
the
mean,
death
it
of
could
them.
have been
Broken
just-
heart.
It could have been just age for them. I wouldn't foresee it.
I
to
can
be-
say
yeah.
he went fast within the years one of them did within the years that she was going through this. So I wonder if it was a broken heart to see their daughter go through this.
I think it was just old age.
Oh, really? It
I
happened
don't
too
know,
quick.
but I just
It
think
happened
it's
like
old
right
age.
during the mix of that. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
So God bless Wendy Williams. So hopefully she gets back in the game somehow. But if not, retire, enjoy your life. She's got money.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
She
She's been
has
in,
nothing else to prove.
she's been in radio for years. I grew up listening
Yeah,
to
she
her.
had nothing else
Listen,
to prove, though.
At least she still has her money and her estate
Come on.
and her, all of that stuff, and she still has her son.
She has her reputation.
She has a reputation.
They froze her. They
credibility.
froze her estate though, and her assets. They froze it. I'm just saying.
Right, but they only did that to keep her from losing it, basically. So it was her
rash decision.
Right. It was her son and his father, which is her
Whoa.
ex-husband, that really took control
He was
over
able to do
her
that?
estate. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Still, this
Yes.
is not good if he still has control.
But he's got control at her best interest.
I don't.
And that's what it looks
Kind of hard to
like.
believe after what you've been doing, but okay.
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily, but I think
I don't believe it.
I think he literally cares about her well-being, and she's also said that she knows he cares about her well-being, but he just had a fault. He couldn't get away from that aspect
Vice.
of his life.
Wow.
Yeah, that vice. Yeah.
That's just a horrible way
Yeah.
to go through. So
it is.
God bless your soul, Wendy Williams, and we hope to see you better very soon. So we got to give our goodbyes and shout outs. Kiana, give a shout out to anyone you wish. Full sale.
Right, that part.
I shout out my mom.
Yeah, go Kiana, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Kiana
That's
building.
right. If you was my daughter, I'd be like, thank you, baby.
Yes, I hope she's listening, Mom. And yo, shout out.
No.
Yeah, come on. And on the building.
Thank you.
And on the
Thank you.
building.
After being a hiatus for about an hour, but we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Ben, shout out.
My wife Sherry,
Come
mon
on.
amour, ma fidélité, première.
Oh, I know
Yes,
that.
Bonita,
What
yes.
you said, but that was awesome.
I love
Bon
it.
amis to you too, bro.
That's a Prince. Come on, he took over
That
Prince.
part.
Guys, the saddest thing is wasted talent, the wasted gift that God has given you. Go full force, never let fear or intimidation stop you. Buenas noches, Orlando.